I'll give you a hint. They're the same number of states in the United States as provinces in Spain. The same number. Does that help you? No. Okay. There are 50 provinces in Spain. There are 50 provinces in Spain plus Ceuta and Melilla. There are 50 provinces in Spain. And in the States, how many states are there? There are 50 states in the United States. Now, in Spain, what is the biggest province in area? Do you know? What's the biggest province in area? Not in population, sino en extensión. Not in population, but in area. What's the biggest province? I don't know. Is Badajoz the biggest province in Spain? Is Ciudad Real the biggest province in Spain? Is Guadalajara the biggest province in Spain? That's an interesting question. The biggest province in Spain. I think the biggest province in Spain is Badajoz, but I'm not completely sure. Second question, what's the smallest province in Spain? Well, could it be Orense? Could it be the province of Madrid? Could it be Guipúzcoa? Could it be Vizcaya? I don't know. Personally, I think the smallest province in area is Guipúzcoa, but I'm not completely sure. Third question, what's the biggest province in Spain in population? Population. Well, I think the biggest province in population is Madrid. The province of Madrid, the community of Madrid, as you say. I think the province of Madrid is the biggest in population, but again, I'm not completely sure. The population of the province of Madrid is just a little more than 6 million people. And I think the second biggest province in Spain in population is Barcelona, the province of Barcelona. Okay? The province of Barcelona is located in the region of Catalonia. How many provinces are there? How many provinces are there in Catalonia? Do you know? Well, there are 4, I think. You have Barcelona, Girona, Tarragona, and Lérida. There are 4 provinces in Catalonia. Do you think together we can remember all the provinces in Spain? I don't have it here. I'm doing it from my head. But the biggest province in population is Madrid. The biggest province in area, I think, is Badajoz. And what's the richest province in Spain? I'm not sure. Some people will say the richest province is Madrid. Other people could say the richest province is Vizcaya, where Bilbao is the capital. Others could say the richest province is Barcelona. But I think the richest province is the Balearic Islands. Yes, Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, Formentera, Cabrera, Conejera. Okay, I think the richest province is that. But I'm not completely sure. If we think of the richest province as income per capita, ingresos per capita, renta per capita, if we think in terms of income per capita, I think Mallorca or the Balearic Islands is the richest province in Spain. But if we think in terms of gross product, Producto Bruto, I think maybe Madrid is the richest province in Spain. Now, we have the Balearic Islands. That's another province, okay? And also it's a region, comunidad y provincia, all right, in one. So we have 5. The 4 provinces in Catalonia and the Balearic Islands. Now, what is the most beautiful province in Spain? What, in your opinion, what? It's interesting, here we're using what and not which. In Spanish, you use which. In Spanish, say, ¿cuál es la provincia más hermosa de España? ¿Cuál es? In English, no, what? Because which is not used unless you have reduced the selection to 2 or maybe 3, and then the decision between them. What is the most beautiful province in Spain? Well, Asturias or Guipúzcoa. I'm not sure. Okay, Asturias or Guipúzcoa. Now, of the two, in your opinion, which is more beautiful? And now we say which, because hemos delimitado la selección a dos, o máxime tres, okay? What's the most beautiful province in Spain? What's the most beautiful province in Spain? I don't know. There are many very beautiful provinces in Spain. In my opinion, maybe Guipúzcoa is the most beautiful, or Vizcaya is the most beautiful, or maybe Asturias, or maybe some provinces from Galicia, or maybe in Andalusia, maybe the province of Malaga. Who knows? How many provinces are there in Galicia? Do you know? How many provinces are there in Galicia? Well, there is Coruña is one province, Pontevedra is another, Lugo is another, and Orense. So, al igual que, like Catalonia, there are 4 provinces in Galicia. 4 provinces in Galicia. Okay? And of the 4, now I have limited, of the 4 provinces, which one is the richest? I don't know. O Coruña o Pontevedra, seguro, uno de los dos. Which one is the richest? Well, I don't know. Either Pontevedra or La Coruña. I'm not sure which. In Pontevedra, we have the port of Vigo, which is a very important port city and a very dynamic and industrial city. But in Coruña, of course, we have La Coruña and Santiago de Compostela and El Ferrol, very important cities with a lot of activity. So, of the 2, which is the richest? I don't know. Maybe La Coruña. Which one is the most beautiful? Of the 2? I don't know. Both of them are, because Galicia is a beautiful region. You say Comunidad Autónoma, we say just simply region, región. So there are 4 provinces in Galicia. And what's the most important river in Galicia? Do you know? The most important river is the Miño River. And where does the Miño go? It goes into the Atlantic. And it's the border between Galicia and Portugal, the Miño River. It's not a long river, but it's an important and a wide river. Okay. Now, what is the poorest province in Spain? Not the richest. What's the poorest province in Spain? I don't know. My guess is as good as yours. Okay. Could it be Orense, one of the 4 provinces in Galicia? Could it be Guadalajara? Could it be Almería? Many years ago, perhaps Almería was considered a poor province, but today it's not. Almería is a very dynamic province in agriculture. Yes, a very dynamic province. Could it be, I don't know, could it be Jaén? Maybe. But Jaén's a very important province in Andalusia and in Spain. Jaén is the #1 producer of olive oil in Spain. There are more olive trees in Jaén than in all of Italy. So it's a very important producer of olive oil, of industrial products and agricultural products, Jaén. So what's the poorest province in Spain? I don't know. But Jaén is located in Andalusia. Is Andalusia in the south of Spain or in the north of Spain? It's in the south. Is it the hottest region or the coldest region? Well, traditionally, Andalusia is the hottest region of Spain. There are other very hot regions. Extremadura is a very hot region. But Andalusia, I think, is even hotter. Hace aún más calor. It's even hotter. Aún más caluroso. It's even hotter than Extremadura or Murcia. So, Andalusia is the hottest province in Spain. And how many provinces are there in Andalusia? Do you know? Can you tell me immediately how many provinces there are in Andalusia? I think there are 8. So let's count them. In eastern Andalusia, the eastern half of Andalusia, we have Almería, Jaén, Granada, and Malaga. Or am I forgetting one? We have Almería, Granada, Córdoba, for example, Córdoba, and Jaén in the eastern side. And in the western side, we have Huelva, Cádiz, Seville, and Malaga. So we have 8 provinces in Andalusia. 8. So far, hasta ahora, we've been counting provinces. We have counted the provinces in Catalonia, 4. We counted the provinces in the Balearic Islands, it's 1. And we've counted the provinces in Galicia, that's 4, like Catalonia. And we've counted Andalusia, which is 8. So far, we have 17 provinces, so far. But there are 50 provinces in Spain, so we need to continue. Okay, now, what province is the coldest in Spain? You know, what's the coldest province in Spain? I don't know. The hottest province in Spain is probably Seville or Cordoba. And the coldest province? Maybe it's Teruel. Maybe it's Albacete. Maybe it's Burgos. Who knows? I know that the coldest municipality in Spain, traditionally, is a town called Torremocha in Teruel. But I think in general, the coldest province is maybe Burgos. And what region is Burgos in? Well, Burgos is in Castile-León. Many years ago, it wasn't Castile-León, it was Old Castile, Castilla Vieja, Old Castile, escrito Castile, con una sola L, Castile, Castile-León. How many provinces are there in Castile-León? I think there are 9. 9 provinces in Castile-León. But it's always difficult to remember every one. ¿Las contamos? ¿Cómo dirías tú en inglés? ¿Las contamos? Listen, shall we count them? Aquí uso la palabra shall. The grammar books say that, old grammar books, not modern grammar books, say that shall is in the first person singular and first person plural. I shall go, you will go. But that's not really true. I will, you will, he will. We use will normally in the future. But shall, which is correct in the future, I shall continue this class. It's used more when you're making suggestions. And I'm offering a suggestion. Las contamos. Shall we count them? How many provinces are there in Castile-León? Well, I think there are 9. Shall we count them? Okay, now you and me, intentemos. Let's try to count the provinces and not forget one. Okay, or not get confused, confundirse. Let's try not to get confused. Okay, we have Avila, Salamanca, and Zamora, going up the western part of Castile-León. Well, we need to continue to León, of course. We have Avila, we have Salamanca, we have Zamora, and we have León. That's 4. Then we move over, and we have Palencia, 5, and we have Valladolid, 6, and we have Segovia, is 7. There are 2 left. Nos quedan 2. Burgos and Soria, 9. So there are 9 provinces in Castile-León. Up to now, we have counted 17. If we add the 9 provinces of Castile-León, we have 26. So we have covered over half the provinces in Spain. Over half. More than half. Over half. Más de la mitad. We've covered more than half the provinces of Spain so far, so let's continue. What is the poorest province in Spain? Well, before we didn't decide. One possibility is Cáceres. I'm not sure if Cáceres is the poorest province in Spain because it's a dynamic province. There are many beautiful things in Cáceres. You have the capital itself is very pretty. Cáceres is very pretty. Trujillo is an extremely interesting town in Cáceres. Also, Guadalupe is a very interesting town, and all the conquistadors who came back from the New World went directly to the church in Guadalupe to give thanks, to the Virgin of Guadalupe. And that's so important that now in Mexico City, the most important church is the Guadalupe. Okay, so there are many and Plasencia is very interesting. The Valle del Jerte, the Valley of the Jerte is very interesting. And the Valle del and the area of Jarandilla de la Vera. La Vera is very interesting. It's beautiful, Cáceres. But some people, maybe, statistically, maybe Cáceres is the poorest province in Spain. I don't think so. But how many provinces are there? Is Cáceres a province or is it a region? It's a province. And what region is Cáceres in? Fijaos, pongo la proposición al final. What region, o comunidad autónoma, what region is Cáceres in? Well, Cáceres is in Extremadura. Extremadura. And how many provinces are there in Extremadura? There are two, only two. Two big provinces in area. They are not big in population, they're big in area. And it's Cáceres and Badajoz. Okay, so that's two more provinces. Okay, that makes 28 provinces. Okay, so we only have 3 minutes left in this class, so I'm not going to finish Spain with the provinces and counting, but I'll come back in the next class and we'll finish it. But for the moment, I have more questions. What province is the most important in agriculture? What province in Spain is the most important in agriculture? I don't know. Maybe Seville is the most important in agriculture, or maybe Almería is the most important in agriculture, or maybe Murcia. In fact, Murcia receives water from the Tajo River, and the Tajo River doesn't pass through Murcia. The Tajo, or the Tagus, in English we say the Tagus, begins, the source of the Tagus is in Teruel, or in Guadalajara. It's in the center, the east center of Spain. And it travels to Lisbon. It empties into the Atlantic Ocean, the mouth, la desembocadura, we say la boca. The mouth of the Tagus River is in Lisbon. It's very wide in Lisbon. It's relatively narrow in Guadalajara. But the Tagus doesn't pass through Murcia. But Murcia receives water from the Tagus on what you call el trasvase, Tajo Segura. Okay, now, and this brings water to Murcia and allows it to create a garden of agriculture. So maybe Murcia is the number one, is the most important province in Spain in agriculture. Now, question, is Murcia a province or a comunidad autónoma region? It's both. Murcia is a strange case. And there are 2 or 3 more strange cases. But Murcia is a region and a province. So, how many provinces are there? In the region of Murcia, 1, the province of Murcia. Okay, so we have 1 more. And we have reached 29 provinces in Spain, covering Catalonia, covering the Balearic Islands, covering Galicia, Andalusia, Castile-León, Extremadura, and Murcia. But there's more, and we can talk more about Spain in our next class, if you like. I enjoy it because I like Spain. Do you like Spain? It's your country, I think. I hope you like it. Okay, see you again next time. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to another class. And today we're going to speak about Spain. Perhaps in the last class I spoke about Spain. It depends. I give classes of 20 minutes. This English class durará. This English class will last 20 minutes. The previous English class I gave on television to you, sitting behind the camera. The last class lasted 20 minutes, and this class will last 20 minutes. Why? Because every class I give on television lasts. Difficult to pronounce. STS al final. Dura, lasts. This class will last 20 minutes, and I will talk about the provinces of Spain. Maybe about the rivers, the industry, the agriculture, different things. Now, maybe in the last class you saw the same. It depends on how my boss organizes these classes. If my boss organizes the classes correctly, then the last class we were talking about Spain, okay? And we were talking about the regions, las comunidades autónomas, en inglés se diría regions. The regions of Spain, about the provinces. And if you remember, I asked you a question, a very simple question. I asked you, how many provinces are there in Spain? And you didn't remember, okay? Or you didn't know. And then I asked you, well, I'll give you a hint. Do you remember? Os daré o te daré una pista. Hint. H-I-N-T. And I said there are the same number of provinces in Spain as there are states in the United States. And you told me, well, how many states are there in the United States? I said, you don't know? Okay. Well, okay. In Spain, there are 50 provinces. 50, 5-0. So how many states are there in the United States? There are 50 states. And then in the last class, I asked you, what's the biggest province in Spain? What's the smallest province? What's the poorest province? The richest, the coldest, the hottest province in Spain? And we were slowly deciding which provinces were more interesting, less interesting, more beautiful, less beautiful, richer, poorer, etc. So, and we counted the provinces. We started with Catalonia, and we counted 4 provinces: Lérida, Barcelona, Girona, and Tarragona. Remember? And then we went out we got on a boat and went out to Mallorca, and we saw Mallorca. We saw the island of Menorca. We saw the island of Ibiza. We saw the island of Formentera. And we saw 2 little small islands called Cabrera and Conejera. And we call that the Balearic Islands. Okay. And those islands constitute 1 region and 1 province at the same time. So in the Balearic Islands, there's 1 province. So there are 4 provinces in Catalonia, 1 in the Balearic Islands. That makes 5. 4 plus 1 makes 5. And then we continued, and we jumped to the opposite side of Spain, in the northwest. And we spoke a bit about Galicia. Do you remember? We spoke a little bit about Galicia. We spoke about the Minho River. We spoke about Coruña and Pontevedra as important provinces and quite rich. We couldn't decide, do you remember? We couldn't decide which province was richer in industry and in agriculture, La Coruña or Vigo. Finally, I suggested that perhaps La Coruña was richer than Vigo, but I'm not sure. But we established that there are 4 provinces. There are 4 provinces in Galicia: Pontevedra, La Coruña, or Coruña, Lugo, and Orense. Now, the capital of the province of Pontevedra is Pontevedra, but the most important city is Vigo. But Vigo's not the capital, okay? So with the 4 provinces of Galicia added to the 5 before, we have 9 provinces, and then we added 8 more provinces from Andalusia, which means from the northwest in Galicia, we went south. We went south to the region of Andalusia. Suena ese al final, Andalusia. And there we nombramos. We named the 8 provinces, starting in the east with Almería and finishing in the west with Huelva. In the west is Huelva and Cádiz. You remember, Seville and Málaga. And in the east was Córdoba, Jaén, Granada, and Almería. And we have all 8 provinces. And then we added the 9 provinces from Castile-León. Okay. We spoke about Segovia. We spoke about Soria. We spoke about Burgos as perhaps the coldest province in Spain. We spoke about Palencia. We spoke about Zamora, León, Salamanca, and Avila. Yes, and Valladolid. We covered all 9 provinces that are in Castile-León. Now, Castile-León is a recent creation. Because traditionally in Spain, León was not a province together with Castile. Traditionally, León was a separate region, the region of León. And of course, many, many years ago, about 800, 900, and 1,000 years ago, León was a kingdom, El Reino de León, the Kingdom of León. Very proud and very famous kingdom. But for many years then, Castile was called Old Castile as opposed to New Castile. And Old Castile is similar to Castile León, but was